Okay, so here's a little unknown fact for you. This team right here, the San Francisco 49ers, they are hosting on February 8th, 2026, Super Bowl 60. Almost never, ever since the Super Bowl era of the NFL, because the NFL has been around longer than the Super Bowl era, almost never does a team that hosts the Super Bowl from their stadium makes the playoffs, let alone the Super Bowl, with exception to the 2020 and 2021 season. But by date in 2021 of February and in 2022 of February, both teams, that being the Bucks and the Rams, who hosted the Super Bowl in their stadiums, won consecutively back to back. That's been the only two times that teams that host the Super Bowl even get in the playoffs, really, because only 6 have been overall. But that's been the only 2 times that teams have won a Super Bowl in their own stadium. So keep that in mind as you watch the postseason proceed and progress. Because the storyline has been ever since Brock Purdy, who was Mr. Irrelevant, the last drafted player in the 2022 NFL draft, in the 7th round, dead last, 262nd, the 262nd player drafted, Mr. Irrelevant. The storyline has been the criticism of him being able to play without all these key players and that he's just a game managing quarterback and blah, blah, blah. Well, now you just saw that with the absence of another key player, George Kittle, from yesterday's game, the 49ers still won. And mind you, they basically have nobody on their team as far as a 53-man roster is concerned, with the exception to Brock Purdy, quarterback, running back Christian McCaffrey, and one of their go-to receivers, that being Jauan Jennings. So do not be surprised if they end up winning it all because of the mere fact of the storyline of Brock Purdy, the Mr. Irrelevant storyline. Not saying he's not a good quarterback, he is, but you got to realize that when it comes to sports, especially the NFL, especially professional sports such as the NFL, it's not about who's better than who. It's not about statistical analysis. It's not about go-to players, any of those stats, but it's about the bottom line, that being the moolah. And when it comes to all such logical data, so forth and so on, the thing that controls it all is really about business, politics, and the storyline. It's about what's going to make and create a storyline, because it comes down to the bottom line, which being about the money. And so for anybody that knows, as the old saying goes, if it doesn't make dollars, it doesn't make sense. Well, now we live in such a wackadoodle of a world, let alone American society, that when it really comes down to it, as long as it make dollars, it ain't got to make sense of any sort. So with that being said, hope y'all enjoy the rest of the postseason of the NFL. Later.